Dreamscape Networks is a trusted, affordable online solutions provider with premium service. Dreamscape Networks owns Australia's #1 domain brand, Crazy Domains. In 2009, we had exponential growth of 89% in our first 12 months. Our products are predominantly sold on a subscription basis, anywhere from 1 to 10 years, paid in full, paid in advance, which gives us great visibility into the known bookings or revenue for the years ahead. We are the #1 domain brand in Australia and have been since 2010. We have 30% total .au market share, and to give you an idea of the scale of that, that's over 892,000 domains under management by ourselves. More importantly, we are growing with 34% of all new .au registrations. And we have a cleansed database of over 1.5 million total members that we can actively market to. We have a toehold in the United Kingdom with over 105,000 existing members. We are the 5th largest provider in India as far as volume goes. We have a focus on New Zealand as we speak. What we're most excited about is moving into Asia and those 5 English-speaking Asian countries: Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia and the Philippines. 390 million population, 63% internet usage and growing year on year. Domain growth alone in the last 12 months has been 25%, so these are truly emerging markets starting to bubble, and that is our focus as we move forward. It's been a big coup for us to secure Peter James as our chairman, ex-iiNet for 11 years, on the board of Nearmap and Macquarie Telecom. We also have Michael Malone, the founder of iiNet, who built his company to over $1.5 billion before selling out to TPG. Michael Malone did 40 acquisitions at iiNet, so we'll be utilising his wealth of knowledge and experience in the acquisition area as we grow Dreamscape Networks. We also have Evan Cross, our non-executive director, significant corporate acquisition experience and someone I've known personally for over 20 years. We have Gavin Gibson, our COO and executive director, over 15 years IT experience. We also have Tony Sparks, our group finance director and company secretary, over 25 years as a chartered accountant and senior executive. Also 10 years ASX company secretary experience. You also have myself, Mark Evans, as managing director and CEO, over 20 years experience of running and managing successful businesses. I come from the ABN Group, Alcock Brown Neves, one of Australia's largest residential builders and private billion-dollar companies, and I was the sales and marketing manager at ABN Group. Just some investment highlights. Dreamscape Networks is raising $25 million. $10 million of that is sell down to the existing shareholders, and $15 million will be used for growth initiatives. The business already has $5 million in the bank, and there'll be $2.5 million of IPO fees. So realistically, we'll have $17.5 million in the bank that will be used for growth initiatives, with a real focus on acquisitions in Australia, New Zealand and Asia to fast track our growth. We are the dominant market leader. We are the #1 domain brand in Australia and have been since 2010. We have over 30% total market share, but more importantly, we're growing at 34% of all new .au registrations. We have outstanding financial performance with bookings growth year on year. We have a strong brand equity in Australia, and we've had 0 capital raised to date. This company has been successfully grown out of internal operational cash flows. And last but not least, we're primed and ready for growth. We have a sales team established and the capacity to grow. We continue to average $1 million in sales per month from the sales team alone, so we'll be targeting that 63% of small to medium business in Australia that is not online. We have that scalable offshore strategy into these new growth markets with that particular focus on Asia. So we'll be landing and expanding in these new regions and looking at potential acquisitions to fast track our growth within the global markets.